when you did make that discovery about the Quran or discovery about the faith of Islam, when you've been studying that, um, the turning point, in your life, um, was that straight away? Was that a sudden turning point? Was it gradual?
It was gradual. I gave up on all religion after a while, um, because I had, done some research about some religions, what I had access to, and decided they were all, bakwas, and decided to make the streets my religion for a period of time in my life. Alhamdulillah, that did not last very long. I was waking out of that stupor and slumber very quickly. But yeah, I made the streets my religion, which a lot of our youth are doing today. That they just make the streets their religion. I did that. I wanted to be a thug. I wanted to be thugged out. This was in the late '90s and Tupac and all that good
Mm,
stuff. Yep, I went down the whole hip hop rabbit hole.
mm,
So yeah, I've been there, done that. But it was kind of awakening. I had a couple of near death experiences with a car accident, and a guy tried to blow my head off in New York at an ATM machine to make me kind of realize I don't really want to meet my maker like this. You know what I mean? So I kind of need to fix up a little bit, and then I ended up meeting a Muslim who happened to be my drug dealer, my weed dealer at the time. You can't make this stuff up. You know, the guy who introduced me to Islam was the same guy that for the first year I knew him used to sell me weed. But it's a very strange world. But he invited me to the masjid to Jummah, and I went to Jummah, got a copy of the Quran, read it. And after I was done reading the Quran, that was basically it for me. I accepted Islam the next day and been a Muslim ever since. Well, alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So, talking about the Quran then, because I think this is an essential point of why young Muslims are growing up and becoming delinquent, becoming drug dealers, becoming obsessed by the dunya, obsessed by
Mm.
music, hip hop, garage, whatever it is, role models in the media, taking from them, taking from music role models, is the essential thing for me. And this is what I want to ask you is, how should we learn the Quran and implement it? How should, for those who are not Muslims who want to learn the Quran, those who are Muslims who want to teach it to their children, how should they learn it and how should they implement it?
When it comes to learning the Quran itself, there's memorization, which should be done with a qualified teacher because it's very, very difficult to memorize it properly. Otherwise, it's nearly impossible to memorize it correctly. Otherwise, so learning it with a qualified teacher to memorize it, but along with memorization should be understanding, and as important, if not even a slightly more important than just memorizing it, is understanding it because you can't implement what you don't understand.